What we have in store for you. Some of the news that is making headlines is, of course, the Nane Nane demonstrations. In some parts it never happened, and in those parts that happened, it really was not as heavy as the initial protests were. Number 2, Governor Kawira Mwangaza has been impeached once again from his seat as the governor, and has been impeached once again as the governor of from his governorship, and we will have that story also coming to you in just a bit. Also, Wanjiki's homestead was rained over by police officers because of one reason or the other. Remember, in times past, he was up on Gen Z's mouths for being part of those who are sponsoring the guns, and hence today he was not apprehended, but rather his vehicle was bound by some police officers. That and many more stories we will be having on today's edition of Prime News. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Here is the rest of the bulletin. Welcome. Now, after several weeks of break, youth organized another series of protests across the country under the name Nane Nane. Today, business activities in the central business district of Nairobi were halted as traders feared the protest. Calmness prevailed before security officers dispersed protesters with tear gas. Security forces also patrolled roads leading into Nairobi. So far, several individuals have been arrested.
We are fighting for good governance. This cannot be an anti-government protest. This is a pro-government protest. We are fighting for better conditions. If there were better conditions, if there was food, if there was good maternal health care, we would not be on the streets. If there was affordable education, we would not be on the streets. So we are not against the government. We are fighting for our future. We are fighting for good government. And we shall not back down. We shall not back down. We shall not relax. Tumesoma kazi
Now, unlike in Nairobi, Homa Bay County experienced calm with business continue as usual. Residents were pleased with the youth's decision to suspend the planned protest for today. Additionally, they welcomed President William Ruto's appointment of John Mbadi as Minister of National Treasury.
Hii maandamano kwa leo hii hatuna maandamano kwa town Homa Bay town, na tunafuraha sana juu kila mtu ako na kazi yake. Naona kama watu wanatembea wanafanya mashughuli yao. Sasa kwa hiyo Homa Bay sisi tunaona sisi maagency tunaona hakuna maandamano juu ukienda kwa nyumba hakuna kitu yenye utaenda nayo kwa nyumba juu umeandamana. Sasa sisi hapa tuko na furaha, tunafanya kazi yetu. Watu wa bodaboda naona kama wanafanya kazi yao, watu wa biashara, na kitu yenye inanipea furaha sana na furaha kutoka kwa Our Excellency Mr. President William Ruto. Kitu chenye amefanya kuchagua Mr. Mbadi kukuwa Minister for Finance.
Mimi sioni haja ya kuwa na maandamano. Because tayari tumeshapata minister mbili kwa hii government ambao si kuwa na kuweka mtu, si kupatia kura. So naomba tu watu wetu wakuwa tu na tulivu, wawache mambo ya maandamano. Sasa ili tukue na maendeleo, tukuangalia sehemu zingine ya Kenya anakuwa na maendeleo. Sasa tupatie rais yetu wa Kenya nafasi afanye kazi ili tumuone sasa ni kipi inaweza ku.
In Kisumu County, regular activities continued as usual though residents expressed fears of protest. They called on the youth to remain patient and give the government time to address their concerns.
Hakuna haja kufanya maandamano. Kwa zile vitu ambayo ilikuwa inatubidi tufanye maandamano ni yale vitu ambayo yamefanyia mabadiliko. Kufika sasa tunaona sura zote za Kenya kama zimeingia katika hii serikali, tena leo wanapewa ofisi hadharani kama kila mtu anaona. Na ningependa kuomba sana vijana wetu wadogo ni tumejua labda zingine mambo yanaendelea kwa sasa hivi labda unaweza ichukua kama ni mabaya, lakini kwa sasa hivi ningependa kuambia sasa utulivu umeanza kurudi, mtulie.
Kitu ile jinsi walikuwa wanapigana ili uchumi toke juu ikuje chini. Nafikiria mtu anaitwa Mbadi ni financial minister sahi. Yeye ndiye amebeba pesa ya Kenya. Ajaribu mzuri, atengeneze njia mzuri kwa zile vitu ambao ujenzi walikuwa wana complain. Sasa pesa ianze kutoka juu ikuje kwa ground. Ili watu waanze kufanya nini? Kupata pesa kwa ground.
Naona watu wape serikali nafasi wafanye kazi, ndio kama tuone kile wanafanya kwanza ndio turudi kwa barabara. But kwa saizi hali iko poa, kazi inaendelea. Kama mimi sasa naenda safari, gari iko, mimi naona tu watu wafanye kazi.
Hali ya siku ya leo hali si nzuri, hali ni mbaya. Watu iko chonjo. Hali si nzuri. Pesa kuna, watu nasikia njaa. Watu nasikia njaa. Serikali angalia nini ila maisha ya wana Kenya.
Now, police officers were seen patrolling around the home of prominent politician Jimmy Wanjigi, the leader of the Safina party, providing tight security following a police operation aimed at searching his residence. Jimmy Wanjigi was spotted earlier today in Nairobi during the Gen Z protests, which were later dispersed with tear gas. Shortly after, police officers arrived at his Muthaiga residence, leaving many in shock, unsure of what was happening. In an interview, police chiefs did not disclose the reason for surrounding the house, but left the vehicle believed to be belonging to Wanjigi. The matter is still under investigation. Now, an individual opposed to the youth protests advised them to stop the demonstration and give the government time to address their grievances. The anti-protester warned the youths against trying to approach the State House, saying it would endanger their lives. He urged the youth to remain calm and give the president a chance to handle their issues.
Sakayo ilifika mahali akaokoka, alipenda kuchukua vitu za watu, akaiba vitu za watu, lakini ilifika mahali akapenda Yesu, akajua Yesu. Sasa mimi nasema tu watu wachache kuna maandamano. Ni kitu ambayo sijafurahia sana, kama mtu anapigwa risasi. Unajua kama watu wamesimamisha kazi zao, mtu labda hii ndio kazi anategemea kule, sasa kazi nyingine hajakuja kukuuza. Sasa anategemea labda, sasa unajua inakuwa vibaya sana. Hata watu wanafanya biashara wanafikia vibaya. Wajakuja kazi juu ya maandamano. Na hakuna kitu maandamano inasaidia na watu. Nini kusimamisha biashara? Na hii ndio pesa labda inaweza saidia Kenya. Hii ni kitu inaturudisha nyuma. Unasikia? Ni kitu inaturudisha nyuma. Tusirudi nyuma. tuongoje, labda kuna vile atatupangia, umejua? Kuna vile president anapanga pia yeye atufanyie mambo. Unasikia? Labda pia yeye, mimi nasema Ruto ni president. Hakuna haja nimseme yeye ni mwizi, hakuna haja nikuje maandamano niseme Ruto kwa president. Umejua, tukue tuna moyo, tuvumilie, sisi ni Wakenya. Hata wakati niliambia mtu, hata sasa hivi tutoe Ruto, tulete mtu mwingine, bado nchi itaendelea kukua hivyo. Si ati ni Ruto ndiye ameleta hizo shida. Hizi fika juu ulinzi imewekwa, hata jeshi bado iko area, jeshi imesatolewa, hawezi fika. Niseme wakifika labda watakufa wengi sana. State of India hivyo, hawezi. Ni kitu tu inaongea, wanaweza ongea tu na mdomo lakini hawezi fanya.
Now, the governor of Meru County, Kawira Mwangaza, has once again been impeached by the Meru County Assembly. Today, Meru Ward representatives were in the assembly debating the motion to impeach her from office. Earlier, these representatives had been prevented by thugs from entering the assembly, leading to increased security. Mwangaza was impeached on charges of abuse of office, gross misconduct, and significant violations of the Constitution and other laws. 49 out of 66 county assembly members voted in favor of the motion to remove the governor, presented by deputy leader of the majority party, Zipporah Kinya. 17 members opposed the motion, while 3 abstained. This marks the third time the Meru County Assembly has impeached Mwangaza.
I vote yes. I vote yes.
It is a no from the residents of Kibiricha Ward.
When I want, I vote no.
For the people of Antubeto, Kiongo and the Meru at large, I vote yes. For the redemption of Meru and on behalf of my people of Akita, I vote yes.
And justice for the people of Meru County, I vote a strong yes. It is a yes.
Honorable Nicholas Kenywa Josephat.
It is a capital N and capital O. No. Honorable members, to announce the results. Honorable members, those ones who abstained are 0. Those who did not vote are 0. The nay, those are the no's. Order members, the results are that the ayes have it and the motion is passed and the governor stands impeached by the County Assembly of Meru. Can we take the next order?
The newly appointed cabinet secretaries today took an oath to fully assume their duties to serve Kenyans. A total of 19 cabinet secretaries took the oath at the State House in a ceremony attended by President William Ruto, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, and the cabinet secretaries' families. The cabinet secretaries included Soipan Tuya, Defense; Kithure Kindiki, Interior Security; John Mbadi, National Treasury; Deborah Baraza, Health; Alice Wahome, Lands; Salim Mvurya, Trade, Industry and Investments; Julius Mikos, Education; Andrew Muhia, Agriculture; Margaret Nyambura, Communication; Mureithi Muga, Water and Environment; Hassan Joho, Mining and Blue Economy; Davis Chirchir, Transport; Aidan Duale, Forestry; Justin Muturi, Public Service; Alfred Mutua, Labor; Kipchumba Murkomen, Sports; Opio Wandai, Energy; Wycliffe Oparanya, Cooperatives and Small Enterprises, while Rebecca Miano took the Energies stand.
I, Justin Bidan Joka Muturi, being appointed the Cabinet Secretary of Kenya, do swear that I will at all times be faithful to the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, and uphold this Constitution of Kenya and all other laws, of the Republic, that I will well and truly serve the people of the Republic of Kenya in the office of Cabinet Secretary, that I undertake to hold my office as Cabinet Secretary with honor and dignity, that I will be a true and faithful counselor to the President for the good management of the public affairs of the Republic of Kenya.
At all times, be faithful to the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, and uphold this Constitution of Kenya and all other laws of the Republic, that I will well, truly serve the people and the Republic of Kenya in the office of Cabinet Secretary, that I undertake to hold my office as Cabinet Secretary with honor and...
I, Hassan Ali Joho, being appointed the Cabinet Secretary of Kenya, do swear that I will at all times be faithful to the Republic of Kenya, that I will obey, respect, and uphold this Constitution of Kenya,
Republic of Kenya, in the office of Cabinet Secretary, that I undertake to hold my office as Cabinet Secretary with honor and dignity.
Consequently, and taking this into account, we shall proceed to take unprecedented steps to accelerate the delivery of the National Economic Transformation Agenda with integrity, efficiency, transparency, and inclusivity.
Now, the Attorney General, Dorcas Odwor, and East African Community Affairs Cabinet Secretary nominee, Beatrice Moe, are set to be vetted tomorrow by the National Assembly's Vetting Committee, which will assess their suitability to serve in these positions. This process will complete President William Ruto's cabinet appointments, filling all 22 ministerial positions. The vetting is scheduled for tomorrow between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Now, even with this, we still have a missing point, and that is the place to replace soy, and we hope the soy langat, and we hope this will be done immediately or sooner. President William Ruto today presided over the swearing-in ceremony of 19 newly appointed cabinet secretaries after they were vetted and approved by the National Assembly. This is Ruto's second cabinet since taking office. The president dissolved his previous cabinet following pressure from Gen Z youths. The new cabinet includes leaders from the opposition aiming to form a government of national unity. Speaking during the ceremony at State House in Nairobi, Ruto emphasized that the minister's primary duty is to ensure accountability and fight corruption, warning that the government will not spare anyone found neglecting their duties.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Our nation has emerged from a period of immense struggle caused by a fundamental misunderstanding about the ways and means of accomplishing what we all agree are our shared aspirations as a people, and that is a governance that delivers security and prosperity inclusively and sustainably. It is true, and I freely admit, that due to suboptimal communication of our development agenda and a feeling of insufficient public engagement, we have lost many opportunities to walk the journey of transforming Kenya with everyone aboard, leaving some citizens unable to connect with the policies, programs, and projects that have been rolled out throughout our country. At the same time, many public officials have fallen short of constitutional standard for public officers as laid out in Article 10, Chapter 6, and Chapter 12 of the Constitution of Kenya, which makes it clear that we, as public servants and officers, are the servants of the people, and that the totality of our actions and conduct must reflect this fundamental principle and the highest standard of integrity required of public office.
Now, as cabinet secretaries take their oath and officially begin their work in various ministries, questions remain whether this truly marks a new beginning. During today's Senate session, senators expressed their concerns despite President William Ruto defending his decision to form a government of national unity. Senators emphasized that the appointed ministers or cabinet secretaries have a responsibility to address the issue of corruption, which is hindering youth employment. Migori Senator Eddie Okech added that if the economic issues are not resolved, the youths will continue to protest. Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna expressed dissatisfaction with the new cabinet, citing the reappointment of some ministers who had previously been removed. While President William Ruto referred to the new cabinet as the start of a new era for Kenya, the question remains, is this truly a new beginning or just a continuation of the same?
What we want us to appreciate as a country, though, is that even if in the mind of some leaders, that seems like a temporary solution, Mr. Speaker, we must focus on medium and long-term solution, which has made young people agitated in this country. And that problem, and I hope that the majority leader, because he's also a young man in this house, can actually be able to listen to this, is that the problem that young people are facing in this country is an economic problem, and we must devise a proper solution towards it. And with the naming and confirmation of the current CSS, Mr. Speaker, I hope that they will recognize that we shall not know peace in this country if young people in this country are still wallowing in the miasma of economic disenfranchisement, Mr. Speaker. As long as young people are hungry, as long as young people don't have jobs, as long as young people don't have income, Mr. Speaker, they will still go to the streets. So I want to call upon the CSS that have gotten the jobs today, starting from my very good friend, Honorable CS Mbadi, and CS, my friend CS Wandai. It is time that you go there as experts and make sure that you are able to dissect the economy and put in place projects that can be able to allow young people to get jobs in this country.
Although I have heard people sing praises about the cabinet secretaries that have been appointed, I was a bit disappointed with the cabinet secretaries that were reappointed, especially in the security sector, because I personally don't believe that we are going to see any change in philosophy. Honorable Speaker, we need to see police reforms. We need to be able to secure these rights under the Constitution. If the same brains are the ones that were present when we were seeing goons in Kapsabet and Kakamega, what expectation do we have really that there's something that is going to change?
Remind us that we are here to check the executive. We're not here to start saying, oh, thank you, President, for swearing in our colleagues from our political party. You know, let us be reminded that we are here as Parliament to be able to oversight the executive. You know, we are not here to become an extension of the executive. I completely detest that, Mr. Speaker.
Now, the residents of Tudor Estate and Moroto Slum in Vita constituency, Mombasa County, are concerned over plans to demolish their houses by the Mombasa County government. According to the residents, the county government has already awarded a contract for the construction of affordable housing on the site to a private developer. The residents claim that there has been no public participation to this whatsoever, and the demolition is expected to pave way for affordable housing within the area.
Mimi naitwa Patrick Simio, chairman wa Chuda Estate Association ya wapangaji wa nyumba za Chuda. Sisi kama watu wa Chuda tunasikitishwa na yale mambo yamefanyika hapa. Tumejaribu kwa muda mrefu kupata information kuhusu nyumba za Chuda, lakini tumefichwa na tunahofia kama watu wa Chuda yale yalifanyika Pakistani yasiregelewe Chuda. Ukiangalia Pakistani imekabidhiwa mkononi kwa mtu binafsi, na Chuda kuna mwanakandarasi ambaye ameshinda tenda ya Chuda bila sisi kujua ameshindaje. Masuala yetu yamezunguka kutokana na hiyo tenda. Je, amekabidhiwa shamba la Chuda kama Wabakisani? Maana Wabakisani title deed iko katika jina la yule mwekezaji. Sisi hatujahusishwa katika mazungumzo yako almost 85%. Mazungumzo yaliyobakia ni kutoa watu wa Chuda na kuwapatia compensation pengine ya kutoka. Hayo mazungumzo tutaki, maana sisi tunazungumza affordable housing ya yule mnyonge, ile ambayo serikali imepangia. Lakini Mombasa inashangaza, imekuwa biashara. Watu wanafanya biashara na hii mradi ya affordable housing. Pakistani imeuzwa, imeenda. Hakuna mtu wa Pakistani amepata nyumba karibu 59,000, mtu akolipa 3,000 ataweza?
Na kama nilivyojua kulikuwa na agenda ya kuweza kuzijenga upya hizi nyumba za county ili watu waweze kuown nyumba zao, sio? Na wamekuja wakajieleza na tumewasikiza grievances zao, lakini najua kuna mambo mingi yazungumzwa chini. Wajua pale mradi unapotaka kuanza chuchu ni nyingi, lakini sisi kama serikali ya county ni serikali ya wananchi, na tutahakikisha hao wapangaji wetu ambao tunawaenzi walikuwa na sisi kwa miaka mingi waweze kufaidika na huo mradi wa county. Wajua mradi wenyewe bado ndo ni mwanzo. Sisi tulivyoingia ili advertisewa na kuna contractor amekuwa awarded, so kuna legal processes lazima ziweze kufuata. Public participation itafanywa kabla mradi ufanye, tutafuata sheria zote na wananchi watahusishwa, na huu mradi ni wa kufaidisha wananchi, si mtu mwingine yoyote. Kwa sasa kuna wapangaji takriban 900.
Welcome to the world of sports. Now, Highway Secondary School emerged as the champions in the boys' soccer, while Butere Secondary School retained the title in the girls' category during the high school sports competition that concluded today in Kisii. Duncan Kwoba from Kisii prepared a comprehensive report on these national high school games held in Kisii.
St. Joseph's Kitale ndio mabingwa wa basketball kwa wachezaji watatu kila upande wanaume baada ya kuwashinda mabingwa watetezi Onjiko vikapu 14-16.
Now, during a Senate session earlier today, senators including Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, Narok Senator Ledama Olekina, and Migori Senator Eddie Okech criticized the corruption that has stifled talent development, leading to a lack of confidence in various sports talents. They cited the example of Kenyan-born athlete Winfred Mutila Yavi, who moved abroad to represent Bahrain after corruption denied her opportunities to advance her career despite winning gold in the Paris Athletics Championships. They strongly condemned the growing problem of corruption within the country.
Actually appreciate that we are not investing so much on the perspiration side of this success. We're not investing in the right science. We're not investing in the right, areas that we need to invest in, and we're just waiting for our sportsmen and women to depend purely on talent. But more than that, Mr. Speaker, I also think that the evil of corruption has bedeviled our sports industry, Mr. Speaker. It is always very heartbreaking when you see, your own playing for the other team and, succeeding very well. For instance, the young lady who won the triple shade for Bahrain, Mr. Speaker, a serious Kenyan who has been denied opportunities to be able to perform for Kenya just because of simple corruption issues, Mr. Speaker. These are issues that I hope that the next CS is going to address in the ministry and be able to allow true talent to get the opportunity that they deserve.
The thing that I noticed from this year's games and even last year's games that were in Kakamega is that there is a yearning for sports in this country, and there is excellence in the grassroots. Buhungu Stadium last year hosted these games, and it was packed to the brim. The same as Gusii Stadium during this year's games. What is it that happens between talent at the grassroots and them being able to make it all the way to the national stage and even international stage? You heard the story of the runner from Makueni, Honorable Speaker. We have frustrated our own people, and I cannot begrudge anybody who will want to go and look for opportunity elsewhere for as long as you are able to express your talent. Honorable Speaker, to this effect, I want to beg members of this House, I have sponsored a motion, a bill, to amend the Sports Act, because the Sports Act, Honorable Speaker, initially was supposed to bring some sort of cure to some of the problems we have identified. We were supposed to build academies in all the constituencies to support sporting activities at that level. It has never been done, because immediately those who were in power then saw how much money was actually being realized in the sports fund out of sports betting, Honorable Speaker. They decided to introduce things that have nothing to do with sports. On application of the fund, they introduced this thing of using money for universal health care.
That marks the end of BBN TV Prime News. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Thank you very much for keeping me company from the start to the very end. Tomorrow morning, we will be together for The Drift from 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. It is a show that I am sure none of us will want to meet. From us here, Mika on the camera, Moses on the other side of the studio, we wish you a good night full of God's blessings. And from me, Consolata Chibalonza, until tomorrow morning, God bless.